up, everyone? What is up? What's everyone up to? Finally shaved my head again, as you can probably see. Wandering Pickle, just got my first Mestastic device, got a LilyGo T-Deck Plus. Hey, nice! That's the same one that I use as my daily driver. Did you get the one with the external antenna, or did you, just get the, base one with the internal antenna built in? Either way, good device. I just prefer the external antenna, but hope's not lost if you don't have the external antenna. There is a way to solder on a connector for it. You'll have to look up how to do it. I've seen some people do it. But it definitely can be done. It's a great device. Oh, the external. Did you get it from Rockland? Because I think that's the place that I've recommended a few places to go check out for that. What's up, Hans? Bengali, how's it going? Best Linux distro for gaming opinion. I need to make like a bot response to automatically go to like best Linux distro or that. So, as I will always say, people need to move away from the idea of what's the best Linux distro for X, because 99% of the time, it's not going to make a difference. You're using the same Linux kernel, you're using the same drivers, you're using the same Proton, you're using the same software. Most of the difference between different Linux distributions is how things are configured in terms of like your desktop environments, preloaded apps, maybe a few configuration. You're overall not going to find a difference. I use Pop! OS. I know people that use Bazite. I know people that use Nobara or Arch, or many others. I know people that game on Fedora. Just find the distribution that you like the best, and that will be the best one to game on. That's going to be my advice for everyone. Most Linux distros are the same when playing Steam. Exactly. Yeah, so just use whatever one you find. People need to stop with this argument of, oh, this one's better than that, and that one's better than this. There is no definitive answer. It's not like you're going between Windows, Mac, and Linux. Linux is Linux at the end of the day. Distributions are just preloaded software. That's all there is to it. So I finally got all of the pieces to my new firewall. So, we may finally be able to get around to working on that today. Hooray! Wait, I got a sound for that. No, not crickets. So yeah, this is a Supermicro E300D with a Intel Xeon D 1518 CPU, quad-core, 8 threads. Pretty decent box for a firewall. Overkill for most. As you can see, lots of Ethernet ports. So you've got 6 gigabit ones, 2 SFP plus 10 gigabit ones, and an IPMI port over there, and 2 USB 3s plus VGA, and there's a PCI Express over there. Now this does not have a power supply built in. If you notice, there's that little connector there. You have to plug in a DC connector, which the power pack is here for that. What's it retail for? This is actually going up in price, but when I bought it, it was about $800. Which, not bad considering all of what's in there. Just purchased my YubiKey. Nice! Congrats! My advice when buying a YubiKey is to get a second YubiKey. Just in case it gets lost, broken, stolen, whatever. Every YubiKey you can register uniquely to, your accounts, so I would notate the serial for each one or find another way to identify it, and then you can be able to remove it from any of your accounts when it gets lost or stolen or broken. I know that came in handy when I did lose one of mine. I think I lost it like at a gas station or something when I was traveling. It was a bummer. But then I got home and I had another. So the biggest pain in the butt for this was finding RAM, but not just finding RAM that fit. So when I first opened this up, as you can see, it's kind of a small case. I'll get the internals for you in a second. And the issue with it is, well, because it's a small case, standard size RAM, technically it fits, but it's like a couple millimeters too tall, so it was hitting this little steel top over here. Technically you could remove that, but this helps guide some of the air. Technically, you know, you didn't need this, but So, oh, probably helps if I take that last screw out. I did put an SSD in there, but I'm going to change that SSD. So that's what you get with it. It's bare bones. You got to add your RAM, add your SSD or SATA disks. So you got 4 SATA ports, 2 PCI Express by 8 slots in there. But you're only really able to use one because we got to use a riser in here. Didn't even notice that. Huh. It's got an M2 slot in there, so you could probably put a Wi-Fi card or something in there if you wanted. It's a nice little board. It's got a USB header on board, too. And, of course, you know, you can use regular ATX power supply. But, yeah, it's a nice little case to replace my current firewall, so that'll be a good start. Wait, how do you set a second key? The same way as you do the first. The thing is, you need to, whenever you register an account, you have to register each key. So it's a pain in the butt, because like whenever I get new YubiKeys, I have to go into every one of my accounts, and then go to the security settings, register a new key. ECC RAM, you know it. It was very hard to find DDR4 ECC RAM that's also low profile. But I managed to find it, and God, RAM has gotten expensive. The RAM that I'm using costs $250 now, give or take. No, you can't fit the RAM adapters in here because of the height. So, we got my old Samsung 500 gig NVMe over there. We've got the PCI Express riser over there. And we got a dual 2.5 gigabit NIC over here. Now you might be wondering, why do I need to add another NIC? Well, the idea behind this is I'm future-proofing that this port over here will be the WAN slot. And then, oh, that's a good question. How do you get the... Do you have to punch it out? Oh, that's going to be annoying. Okay, so how do I... Okay, that's one solid piece over there. Yeah, I think you're supposed to punch it out. Oy. Ah. I may need to get my tin snips. Gonna do this before I get the hardware in. I have my pokey stick. I know I had a sharp item in here. They always used to poke me all the time. stabs me in the face. Not stabs me in the face, stabs me in the fingers every other day, and I don't find it. Oh yeah, spare RAM is there. Never can hurt to have spare RAM. That was the RAM that actually I was planning to use, but unfortunately it didn't work. Bought it for $150 5 years ago. What'd you buy for $150? Struggling to get a cybersecurity job, the market sucks. Are you trying to do entry level? Because it's not so bad for mid and senior level, because I'm in the middle of talking to I'm in 2 separate jobs for second round interviews. I will admit, it is a shitty market if you're entry level. And what's funny is, in a few years, those companies are going to be wishing that they hadn't pushed away all the entry-level people, because it's going to be hard to, replace them. I've been saying for years it's easier to train up than it is to find the unicorn you're looking for. What portable monitor do you recommend? There's a few from like Arzopa that I use. If you look at my little TikTok shop, there's a couple that I think I've used and recommended if they're still in stock. I've had vendors like send me like so many over the years. There we go. That's kind of a stupid design. You gotta remove that. Okay. But that should... Why is there a standoff, though? I could have sworn there's like a metal piece you're supposed to get to, like, hold on to it, but this should be fine. Okay, so you got your riser over there. How'd you find your job? Is it on Indeed? Someone referred to the company? LinkedIn, Google, Indeed. I applied to so many places, it's hard to tell where I applied for this one. They're all over the place. It also helps if you network. At entry level, I have Network Plus, Security Plus, CISA Plus, AZ500, SC5, and lads, I agree. And here's the funny thing, I don't have any of that. I just have a CISSP. I'm not saying that, like, to be like, ooh, I got that. Like, I literally got a CISSP. What was it? End of 24, I want to say. I don't have any degrees before that, just lots of experience in IT. But here's the thing. I like e-weaver tool. Oh, I love it. I have an even smaller one that I actually have literally taken around the world. Like, I think the Linus Tech Tip screwdriver is overhyped for the price. I'm much happier with Wera. Like, this you can use on electronics and actual everyday shit. But yeah, I think the best thing you can do in a lot of the jobs right now, well, the question is, are you just trying to go straight for cybersecurity or you have any IT experience, because the common misnomer that a lot of people have is that cybersecurity is like full-on entry level, when it's really not. There's steps in between it. Okay, could have sworn I had my RAM around here. What's the model number for the Wira? 816 Romeo Alpha 051461. "10 years insurance and an adjuster moving to IT is a scary thought." It's an adjustment. That's an insurance joke for you. Here's the RAM. So this was the bitch and a half to find. Low profile DDR4 memory. That's ECC. So these are unbuffered, or unregistered ECC sticks. Now, if you've ever wondered what's so special about ECC, if you notice, if it'll focus, if you notice how many chips are on this, there's 9 on each side. Normally you'd have 8, right? Why 9? Because we store a parity bit. And we can use that for corrections and potentially flipping bits in case it goes bad. Only takes a handful of flipped bits to crash a computer. Yeah, I like ECC too. I really wish ECC was more standard. AMD CPUs technically can support ECC, but it's up to the motherboard, and not a lot of motherboard manufacturers will allow ECC memory to work. Because the honest truth is, while ECC technically is a little slower by virtue of the fact that it has that error correction code, it's a lot safer in terms of reliability. I'm going to switch to Windows platform. I heavily rely on Notion for notes. Any workaround? I thought Notion is a web app. I didn't know I don't think Notion has a desktop app. When I've used Notion, it was a web app. Yeah, no, I've used Notion on Linux. It's a web app. I didn't think they had a desktop app. Chat, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Bayer Dynamic instead of vModa. So I used to love vModa, do not get me wrong, but it feels like after Roland Audio purchased them, they've kind of gone downhill. They no longer have IEM earbuds and do a lot of the things that they were famous for. So I use Bayer Dynamic for my everyday, and then for the streaming stuff, I like the, what are these, the 990 Pros. I like an open back. But my everyday, I still got my vModa M100s. Yeah, Roland purchased them years ago. You can look it up. And that's when you can tie in, like, vModa lost what made vModa vModa. They went against their own motto, no fugazi. So, low profile bracket, Intel i226, dual 2.5 gigabit. This is going to be my WAN card. I have 2 connections. If I ever decide to get more, I'll get another one. really a fan of how this just sits there like that. But I guess it doesn't have a lot of weight, so... yeah. And more or less, that's the physical assembly internally before we put the ears on. Why not SFP+? Because it already has it. It's got 6 gigabit ports, an IPMI, 2 10 gigabit SFP+, and a PCI Express port. Gotta run Threadripper and Epic, but you see, I don't have this thing, or a lot of it. It's called money. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we can use the lip. Oh, I see what they did. Clever. So they have a little notch out here that you can kind of, use to hold it in instead of a screw. Still kind of a cheap way to do it, but we're not really planning to unplug and plug back in a lot of stuff too often. Where'd you get that? Amazon. I don't like always buying stuff like this off Amazon, but they ended up being the cheapest place to buy it. It's a Supermicro E300 8D. It has an Intel Xeon 1518, an Intel Xeon D 1518, quad core, 8 threads, so it can support ECC memory. I just put in a total of 32 gigabytes of ECC DDR4 low profile memory. So again, speak slower. It's a Supermicro Echo 308 Delta. So E300 8D. That is Echo 300 8 Delta. I bought this for about 850 bucks. Last I checked, it's going for a little over 900. At least on the Amazon listing. What USB-C power brick do you usually get? I get all mine from IKEA. IKEA, furniture for college kids and divorced men. That's a reference to Jonathan Colton back in the day. Oh, I don't need one of the screws for the lid because we took out the place where it mounts. Supermicro kind of cheaped out with this case, I will be honest. Oh yeah, but power adapters, I usually get Anker or Ugreen. I do have a Pine power bank over here for my phone and watch that they're currently going off of it. Yeah, that'll be fine. It looks just slightly janky looking at it straight on, but you're not gonna really notice it. I mean, I think that looks fine overall. What's the brand, make, and model of that board? Oh, it's all Supermicro. It's a kit they sell. But the board you can buy separately. And then these are the rack ears for it. So the rack ears here will hold the DC power supply. there's a DC power supply over here. We're not going to install pfSense on it today, because I got to download my config, do all that stuff, and that's going to reveal some sensitive info that, for justifiable reasons, I don't want y'all to see. Yes, I did just pick that up with my feet. Okay, so these... You know, it annoys me when they make you have to, rip plastic off instead of just, like, have it easy tear away. Can't put a knife on, because TikTok will be derpy about it. So I haven't dealt with these rack ears before. Okay, so one side is going to have this little tray here for the power supply. I just want to see if there's any difference between these ears over here. They look the same. I'll put them up together in a second. I will say structurally, I like the Supermicro 5019A FTN4 that's been my firewall for a few years more. But this has a better CPU. I'm not getting rid of the old Supermicro. Okay, so these are the exact same. So I guess the question becomes, which side do I put this on? Oh, they give you options. Wait. No, they don't. So it's either... Okay, yeah, so that doesn't fit in there. Oh, so you can, yeah, you actually can do it either way. Huh. So I'm guessing... Really wish they gave you some kind of manual for this. Yeah, so it's gonna be hiding behind one of these. Oh. Oh, I see. I see, said the blind man as he picked up his hammer and saw. So the screws are gonna go through, I guess, on this. A whole week? A whole week for what? Oh, 7 streams. Help, I got drunk and bought Hightail. You were gonna buy that sober. Don't lie to us. Oh, I see. So... Wait, no? That can't be right. They really didn't put any manual on this? God damn it, Supermicro. Ends up putting it on half-assed, falls through. Oh, there's another screw hole down there, which makes me wonder. No, I think it's just notched out so it stays up. But then it's just gonna get held up by the two screws. Huh. Is a couple of more holes back here. Considered getting a Latte Panda SBC for something similar like this. Would that work? For a firewall? Nah, maybe. But you need more than one Ethernet port, and I wouldn't use a USB adapter if you can avoid it. Yeah. Wait. Hold up. Yeah, I think I figured it out. So you're supposed to put the feet in... Okay, I see how it's supposed to go. Little bit derpy, but... You know, it would have been nice for them to put a manual in. So, there's these little, notches. I don't know if I can get that to really... Hold on. I have a remote. Of course, I put all my tools on top of them. Okay. So, I'm gonna put the camera in. So if you notice, there's that little bump right there. If I can get that to focus. So I'm supposed to put these in onto the case first, and then the tray is going to screw into this part here. I don't know if I'm incredibly happy with this case, but I got it more for the specs. I did not just drop a screw. Welcome to Cheap as a Dumbass stream. Thank God I got a blue floor. Looking for a black screw. Maybe it's one of the screws that I had loose in my head this whole time. Break out the wine, we can celebrate in style. Wait. Slight nervousness about this job interview. It's been 3 years since I had an interview, but shouldn't be too complex as it's literally a warehouse job. Yeah, they're basically going to be like, hey, can you lift things? Can you come in not cracked out? You got the job. I think you'll be fine. Honestly, retail and stuff like that is not a tough job. I used to do warehouses and stuff like that back in the day. Oh, come on! I'm sorry for giving you a Hassan Piker chair stream right now. Really need to clean this area out. Ugh. I'll find it eventually when I step on it. If you're reading this, the Cheesecake Watch is... Wait, what? What do you mean the Cheesecake Watches? Okay, so we have 4 big-ass screws over here. And then we've got these tiny screws over here. Oh, I see what those things are for. It's like some kind of a slide, I guess. I guess, maybe. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, they could have left you with a manual for this, I swear to God. Oh, wait. Nope. It looks like it doesn't go that way. I'm wondering if it's an extra piece. Find it. Yeah, I think I found it. Underneath my little foot massager roller thing I have over there. So what I'm gonna do for now is just put that in there so I don't lose it. Reminds me, one of my fanboy friends handed me a controller to their toy as they were in. I'm not gonna judge because I've done stuff like that with an ex-girlfriend, but really? Oh, okay, so these are 5 screws over here. Vampire, did a cat just walk over your keyboard? You don't have a box full of PC-specific screws? I got one box from eBay, but I think Amazon got similar. Oh, I got those. But this ain't that. These are slightly different. I'm just making Dev jealous. One of the few streams where you'll find mods that try to out-gay each other. We're LGBT friendly around here, but we will roast each other. No, it's coded text. You know what? Just send it to us in base 100. Okay, so I'm gonna look up if we can find the case for this, or the manual. Super Micro E300 8D rack mount kit manual. Oh, instructions. There we go. I love how, like, Gemini is like, yeah, identify brackets, attach wings, mount PSU tray. That's not the parts that I need, you freaking asshole. Oh, this is probably in the manual that I should have read when I got this. Okay, here we go. That makes a lot more sense. So you see it's gonna hold the adapter there. Okay, so I was right. I are smart. I was kind of figuring out how it's gonna go. Okay, so installing the rack mount brackets. Let's see. Installing the riser card. Oh, I was right. I need to get a different riser card, I think. Because I'm supposed to... Okay, I mean, physically, it'll work. But I may want to get a better one down the road. So... E300 8D riser. Parts list. Riser card. Chassis parts. So give me 1 second, see if I can find this. So I've got the riser over here. Cool. Then where's this chassis adapter? Okay, that's the rack mount kit. So I gotta find... So that's the same riser that I have. What I'm trying to find is, you see that little cage around? I'm trying to find that. Did mine not come with it? Installation of the riser card is pictured below. See, I saw these little standoffs here. That's what I'm looking for. Is there an item number? Well, that's the thing, is I literally have the riser card item number in there. I have the right riser. Physically, what I'm looking for is that chassis part. Riser card bracket. Riser card bracket. Hold on. Is this it? No. You gotta find the right bracket for that thing. What is the make and model? It's a Super Micro E300 8D. It looks like this little guy. You see how it wraps around? I'm looking for that piece. Super Micro E as in Echo 300-8 Delta. D as in Delta. I'm gonna see if maybe this manual has it. Let's see. Motherboard connectors, BIOS, installing the riser card. Quick reference. Let's go to page 15 and start going from there. Installing the brackets. Okay. Yeah. I love void tools, everything. What's that again? Void tools? Not familiar with that. Oh. One PCIe M-SATA slot, one M2 slot supporting SATA. Interesting. Yeah, this is literally that. It doesn't have the riser card, though. Oh, we'll search every folder at once. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT, see if I can find it. Super Micro E300 8D. Although, hold on. Out of sheer curiosity, because I haven't opened this box. Oh, mother! I'm a moron! Looking everywhere except inside the box, so I got it. Oh, that's nice. They really did include everything. Okay. Look at that! You even got a SATA disk adapter here they give you with the Molex connection, so it can go off the motherboard. That's actually nice. Now, unfortunately, you can't put a SATA disk in there while you use the riser card. But that's fine, we're using M2. It's not gonna make a performance difference. In all reality. I have the only thing that kind of bites is, I am using, RAID 1 on my other server. But you know what's funny? So that server, the old one, right? That is pushing 5 years almost, right? So I dug into the life of that disk to see how much read-write life was left. Two 240 gig hard drives, SSDs, running at RAID 1. 5 years of life. Guess how much life is used up on those disks? You won't believe it. It's been running 5 years, non-stop. What, Dev? Guess what? Chicken butt? 20%? Chat, any other takers? What do you how much do you think the SATA disks in a 5-year-old pfSense firewall have been used according to the read-write life cycle of the disk? 5%? 20%? Any other takers on this bet? $50, 80% life left. 99% life left. 5 years continuously running. It's barely used any of the SSD. What's up, Spikey? What's your question? Are you given 3 Dell Precisions T7920s and 7820s? Nice! Use them to the best of health. What is the prize? You get to be right! That's the prize! Okay, so let's go back to this. So there's something interesting I noticed with this riser card. It's notched. Wow, that is in there. Props to Super Micro for making a very solid board. So, what's interesting is I noticed on this riser, it has these little notches over there. I have a feeling That's to break it away. Set that on top of the wine fridge for a second while we get this figured out.
Kick ass. I can save money now and there. Working, eating, getting money in the daytime, even counting when I sleep.
Wake up to getting bread, bitch. I do this for the streets. ADHD. Thank you for that prime sub there, Radish Prince. Thank you. Appreciate you. Happy hacking, bud. Oh, did you say anything in there? Got you, big dog. I appreciate it. Oh, by the way, I got a new Plushtodon from Mastodon to go with the bigger Plushtodon that's over here. Because you know I like Mastodon, that social media network. They announced that they had those to do some fundraising, and I was like, fuck it, I'll get another one. I also got a coffee cup. You should make your sub song the Jordan Belfort song. I don't know what that is. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's clever. Okay. So now I gotta size this up. Okay, so they want you using the frontmost piece. Gotcha. That's interesting. The bracket can actually be, you know, done back here too. So you need to buy the riser, but they come with the bracket. The riser was pretty cheap. Not sure if you allow links, but it's this. Okay. Give me 1 second. I just want to figure this out. Mods, make sure I don't forget to check that. Although it's kind of interesting, they don't pre-include the riser already being installed. Wait, do we not actually use the standoff I saw earlier? Oh, because that standoff... Oh, okay. Oh, I'm just an idiot. I gotcha. So, as I said, there's 2 PCI Express X8 slots over there. We're only going to be able to use 1. Just want to double check the fit. Yep, alright. Good enough. Alright. I really do not like how close that was. So, essentially, you just need this. The rest of that was basically, like, say you had a longer, case requiring it. Cool. Choo-choo-choo. Cheapest streaming the build of this to write off on taxes. Look, if it wasn't gonna be on this stream, it was gonna be on a video. And you're damn right I'm getting my tax break. Because it's my money, and I need it now. Oh, JG. Wait. Am I missing a screen? I feel like there should have been another screw. Put this on the mixer temporarily. I feel like there was supposed to be one more screw here, but I swear I did not drop it. At least I didn't drop this one. I will see if another screw fits, though. Ah, the art of having a messy desk. You are sitting on the screw. No, that's what the dildo is. But also, I like to keep the song that I have for when people do it, because I actually knew the artist for this. I am curious. Okay, come on. That looks kind of right. Hey! It worked! Ha! Cool. Okay, so... bunch of screws over here, and what looks like some kind of an adhesive pad. Huh. Looks like there's supposed to be a bracket over there. Yeah, another one to screw in. Okay, now am I missing that piece? Is the question. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine without it, but... Okay. Alrighty. We're starting to make progress here on this little firewall. Okay, now we need a case screw. We'll use a thumb screw over here. That should work. It's kind of flimsy metal, but it should do. I mean, technically I don't need the rear part of the bracket here, which seems to be missing. Probably find it after the stream. All right. So this is a PCI Express X8 riser card. Excellent. Now that looks a lot better. Doesn't that? So I did put a thumb screw on there on the end because I had them laying around and I kind of like those a little bit better. But should be fine for this. Deleted sticky notes on notes. Never activated the restore. How can I get it back? Hit the F key hard. Rip. Sorry, that's why we always have backups. I don't know what else to tell you. And which sticky notes are you talking about? I don't think you literally mean sticky notes. Alright. F on Linux. Never heard of the sticky notes. Right. The annoying thing about my memory, forgot to mention, guess what brand it is of memory? It's Crucial, the company that's going out. Well, technically it's Micron. I don't know if, they're still gonna make server memory. I have momentum to learn more Linux. Nice. Got a Raspberry Pi 4 to run Chasing Your Tail. I don't know Linux, but I've learned a little now. Oh, and now I have momentum to learn Linux. Nice. The honest truth is Linux isn't that hard to learn. It's just different. Okay, so I don't feel like I really need that rear riser bracket thing because that is solid as hell. I could technically put another SSD in there, but there's no reason to have another SSD in this little box here. But there's still plenty of juice. I have an old 500 gig NVMe that I had sitting in a Latte Panda for a couple of years. So I'm just going to repurpose that. There we go. I fix it, screwdriver. So it's kind of weird that they give you this riser bracket already there, but I'm just wondering why they didn't just pre-install it instead of making you have to punch out that metal. Such a weird way to approach it. Okay, Supermicro, you get points back. So I will have to say Supermicro is a relatively inexpensive brand when it comes to servers. They're not the highest quality. You know, like if you were to stack it up to, like, say, a Dell, a Lenovo rack mount server, or some other companies. But they're pretty good, I think, for bang for the buck for home labbing. And they got a really sweet lineup of device selection that you can go after. This will be my second Supermicro device. So my current firewall, I upgraded it from 16 gigabytes of DDR4 ECC memory to 64. Not that the firewall side needed it, but rather that it's going to be turned into a logging server. Just starting to learn Bash. Nice. I would also pair that with Python if I were you. You also can add another fan to this, but I'm trying to avoid that. Okay, scrolling down. Where's the rack mount instructions? Did I pass it? Was it earlier on? There we are. Attach the brackets using 3 screws through the holes in each bracket to secure the bracket to the chassis. Okay. Okay, I see. Said the blind man as he picked up his hammer and saw. So I don't lose the screws for this. I'm going to use this little box over here from the NIC. Crucial memory. Yeah, Crucial is the only one that had low profile for a reasonable cost. Technically, Nemec sent me 4 sticks of it, but I wanted to keep all 4 of those. Well, I bought them. I wanted to keep all 4 of those together. The only annoying thing is the network ports are going to be on the back of this. But I have a network rack that I can you know, pull the sides off to get to it. It'll just be a little bit more annoying than having it in the front. Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell y'all, I finally got past episode 700 of One Piece. We're almost there! Hey Chief, how do I enable fingerprint sensor and pop? Mine is connected via my power button. I honestly haven't really done the fingerprint sensor stuff. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there on Reddit or stuff, but first you'll definitely need some of the PAM modules, Privileged Access Manager modules enabled that would allow biometrics capability. So you'll probably have to do some tinkering to get that working. I know people have gotten it done, I just don't do it. Not because I don't want to do it necessarily, but because I don't really have hardware to allow me to do it. So I just haven't really messed with it. Come on. The only biometric device I actually have is a YubiKey Bio, but that's a FIDO key. Can't really use it for computer authentication in that way. Well, technically you could. I just haven't played with it. But it would be more as a security key that happens to unlock to your finger, rather than natively using the biometrics inside the computer. So it would just be using the FIDO U2F library in that case. What email service do I use? Proton! I'm affiliated with them. I did used to run my own email server for about a decade, but friends don't let friends run their own email servers. Because it is genuinely a pain in the ass. So, yeah, Proton, I am affiliated with them. Wait. Did I go... What do you mean so quiet? What episode are you on? I am on a demon, I am a demon and my wife is a demon hunter. Oh, I think I'm on, 700, on One Piece I'm on, what is it, 705? Okay. So... Install the handles, 2 screws through the bracket into each handle. Okay, the handle's already pre-installed. I don't know why they put that step in there. If you're using the optional power adapter bracket, I was thinking of switching and I knew I had to try to ask you. Thanks a lot. Oh, my pleasure. If you do switch, use the link in my bio because it helps support the channel. Sometimes you'll get discounts on it. I can't always promise it. It's kind of at, you know, Proton's mercy. But, yeah. It helps support the channel. And then every month you renew, I, basically get a couple bucks. Okay. You're very welcome. But yeah, Proton is my go-to for that kind of stuff. Okay, so we've got... They don't really label the screws that you need to use. And these are fan screws. Those are zip ties. Just making show. Okay, where is... Somehow I don't think these are the screws. Actually, they may be. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That looks like that's them. All right. All right. That's a 1. And then we got another screw over here. These are all the screws that were loose in my head. I like the iFixit screwdriver, but sometimes I just can't tighten things down properly. Okay. So now... Aha! What's this piece? Oh, I think I know. So I think... Yep. This is sort of a clamp to hold on the power adapter. Okay, so we'll just put that in place for now, loosely. Okay. Okay, this is making sense. I need to magnetize that Wera screwdriver. A lot of people don't know this. You don't have to buy tools that are magnetized. You can buy a magnetizer and demagnetizer, and magnetize and demagnetize any tools you have. You can also just get a magnet and rub up against it with your tool, not your body. I mean, you can do that if you're into that, but no judgment here. Okay. I see. Ready to be racked. Of course, I'm gonna have to install pfSense, do all that jazz. My tools. And I dropped the little suction cup thing, but I can pick that up in a sec. People are filling up the review on stream queue. Yeah, look, I made it very clear we were going to be building a firewall this stream on chat, didn't I? Oh, that's clever. So this is holding the little adapter. Is that as far as it goes then? No, I can go a little further. Yeah, but I think the review on stream section of Discord was probably one of the better ideas I've had. Wait a minute. All right. So now cool beans. Wait a tick. It's gonna fit though. It should. Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. And there you have it. One rack-mountable firewall with a Xeon processor, 32 gigabytes of RAM, half a terabyte of an NVMe on a Samsung SSD, and more than enough Ethernet ports. Realistically, I'm only going to be using these two over here and two of these over here. I'm going to figure out which is which, because there's apparently two network interface cards in here. There's 4 that are on one, 2 that are on another. Quick update, still sockless and not apologizing. Still sockless over here, buddy. Free feed pics. In this economy. Yeah, I know. Okay, so This is going to be important to know. So let's look at the I/O chart here. So obviously A is the IPMI. So E is port 1. D is there. And then port 3 is G. So 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6. And then of course you've got K and J. These are 10 gigabit. So these two ports over here are 10 gigabit. I'm probably going to only use one of those when I do my 10 gigabit upgrade. Now the thing that I'm curious about... Oh, you can enable and disable a lot of stuff. That's another thing I like about the Super Micros. You can configure them however you want. And the IPMI is only 100 megabit. You don't need more than that. The cool thing about IPMI is you can log in over the LAN and update your BIOS using that. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, all right? Technically, you need to pay for a license to use IPMI to do your BIOS. Otherwise, you can just look at it. But you can also do KVM over LAN with this. Someone actually managed to break the key, the algorithm that they use to give you the key. I'm not going to tell you where, but there totally are GitHub repos you can get out there that wait, here we go, that you can use to generate it. And I pulled this off of GitHub. And the only reason I'm okay with it is because, well, you can actually see the code that made it. Yeah, so that's a binary. That's the binary compiled version. But yeah, you can totally do that. Basically, somebody reverse engineered the algorithm around it. All you need to know is the MAC address of your IPMI. So actually what I should do, I should probably take note of that before I forget. I'm really curious to see how this works. So the reason why I got this was twofold. One, I definitely wanted to get a performance upgrade. Now, how is this more performant? Well, not only is it 10 gigabit, but now that I'm doing Suricata, I need to get AVX2 instructions on the Xeon processor, which the Atom processor doesn't have, so it can do a lot more processes per load. So things that make the CPU faster aren't just, oh, it goes at faster clock speeds, because I'm sure people have noticed, you know, clock speeds have remained rather stagnant for many years. Yeah, they sometimes get faster, but it's more about the instructions per clock that it can do. text is so tiny it's not wanting to focus. All right. Wow, that is really tiny. And the text is kind of faded a little bit. They didn't use the best, E300 8D Mac. It is I'm not saying this out loud for obvious reasons. All right. Why does this have 2 MAC addresses? That is weird. All right. So we got that. At least save that. And Supermicro E300. No, so E300 8D Mac address .txt. All right. We're gonna have to look up what the network interface card is on both of these. So there apparently is a different bracket you can change out here, or at least the plate here, to allow for airflow. But realistically, those 2 fans are really all I need, because I just needed to go across the Xeon heatsink over here. So overall, this entire firewall should probably only use 40, 50 watts at most. I know a lot of people have those big servers and, you know, all that in their home labs. Well, they use a lot of power. I try to be energy efficient with my home lab. So I use a lot of single board computers and stuff like that. Because you don't necessarily need all that power in a home. Is it great to learn with? Absolutely. But I think you can do well with small Supermicro devices just like this. So this will actually be my second Supermicro device that I've ever owned personally. And the funny thing is, when I first found like Supermicro and kept coming across them, I'm like, oh, they gotta be a cheap brand. I don't want to get them. And then one day I just was like, huh, that looks exactly like what I need for my firewall with the Intel Atom Server Edition. Because I remember I was looking just like I'm doing now for something energy efficient. So I think this firewall will only use about 10 or so watts more than my old firewall. But the entire network rack as a whole, with power over Ethernet to all of my Raspberry Pis and access points and everything, should realistically only be a little over 200 watts combined. Okay. So I definitely... definitely am gonna want. What firewall are you working on? This is the one that I'm building for myself. It's a Supermicro E308D. That's gonna be my new pfSense firewall. So it's got an Intel Xeon D1518. I put 32 gigabytes of ECC DDR4 unregistered memory, and then it's got a 500 gigabyte NVMe in there that I already had laying around that was barely used for years. Samsung 970 EVO or 980, I think it is. It's an old one. But still great. Still works. Tested it. It's got plenty of Ethernet. So we have 6 gigabit Ethernet ports, IPMI, 2 10 gigabit SFP plus ports, and then I also added over here, which I plan to be the WAN ports over here. This is an Intel i226 with 2.5 gigabits. So, this is my planned upgrade to future-proof things. Primarily because my Atom server, it still works fine. It's just now that I'm getting heavier into Suricata, it's just not doing as well when I do a rule reload. So when I do the rule reloads, I run into the issue of it's pegging the CPU for about 5 or 6 minutes at 100%. Then it gets down to like 20 or 30% idle. And in most cases, that's okay. But that's with an Intel Atom Server Edition C3758, which does great, don't get me wrong. But the Xeon D should allow me to do a little bit more with AVX2, especially on Hyperscan. So, huh. 4.5 indicates network activity on the LAN. Okay. What am I looking for? I am looking for the rack mount stuff. Okay. I don't know what all these screws are for. It came with a bunch of extra hardware. I wonder if this is also for other mounting options too, because I'm not seeing anything missing. What is assaulting your ears right now? I don't know. Oh, this is the new firewall. But we do want to add some slack. The reason why is I want to make sure that I can unplug it at any given time. So we'll take these zip ties it came with. That should do. Hey, that'll do plenty fine. And then we can just wrap that around there. And ta-da! One firewall. I do have to plug it in and do all that jazz and... But yeah. 12 volts at 5 amps. So theoretically, this can do up to 60 watts. Huh. But it's not going to do all that. And I think this is an 84 watt power supply. So it's got plenty of breathing room. Yeah. So what PC can we actually trust now that RAM is compromised? What do you mean RAM is compromised? What is the best Firefox alternative? Oh, I've been going to Florp. That's the browser I've been using. It's still using the Firefox engine and all that, but it's not using their, the AI shit that they've been throwing in. I'm not anti-AI, I'm anti-having it forced upon me. Like, if I want to have AI, I'm gonna choose my AI. Compromises in price, my bad. Oh, well, the reality is all RAM kind of sucks right now. The RAM in this guy was $250. And that's just 32 gigabytes of DDR4 ECC low-profile memory. You know how hard it was to track down a kit for this? Your daily reminder that no one asked for Copilot. Windows Copilot. GitHub Copilot is okay. Windows Copilot is not. And by the way, Microsoft needs to really stop with the bullshit of reusing names. And speaking of Microsoft, I understand that Microslop is a definite problem, okay? I'm not disputing that. But I am really tired of going and seeing people do clickbaity shit where they are putting Bill Gates photo like on, oh, you know, Bill Gates is furious that people aren't installing Windows 11 and, you know, all that. And I'm like, Bill Gates hasn't been involved in Microsoft in years. Microsoft. You haven't heard of that? So everyone got upset that, not everyone, Satya Nadella was getting upset that people were calling it Microslop. You know, people, he was getting upset that people were calling AI slop. So the internet did what the internet always does, and the hashtag Microslop started trending on online. Okay, now I need to find that little frickin' thing. There it is. And it's the funniest shit. I think Satya Nadella is really upset because you have to understand, if he's at the helm, he's the one actually responsible for if this shit doesn't work. Because he still has bosses. He still has to answer to the board. He still has to answer to the shareholders. And if Microsoft loses value because they can't get as many Windows users because people are actively against all this AI crap, and the hype turns out to not be really all there, that's gonna pay. He's gonna pay for it. So at the end of the day, he doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about me. He doesn't care about all this crap. He just cares about people buying more Microsoft crap. What are these? Are these the rack mount screws? Maybe. So there's actually a user guide for this network interface card. It's very simple. Just features, all that. It's not really a user guide so much as a, hey, there's shit here. It is slop until it uses its full capacity to further human development. Well, the reality is, I don't really care for most of this AI stuff. Now, to be clear, I'm not anti-AI. I use a lot of AI stuff in my day-to-day. I'm using, ChatGPT. I'm using, Claude. I'm using Amazon Q, GitHub Copilot. I'm using that. I have my own LLM server, which is, oh crap, I didn't check. Did my notifications go off? Okay, cool. Yeah. So, like, if you look at my, if you look at my, Matrix, Discord, Blue Sky, Mastodon, I have AI doing all this stuff. This is all generated from an AI inside my home lab. Hold on. Like a steam machine rig from some old hardware. Fair enough. God damn it, I always forget. Dash F. There we go. So you can see my LLM actually was doing this. Well, this isn't my LLM. This is my Raspberry Pi. So this Raspberry Pi talks to my LLM on my network to do... There we go. So you can see it's doing this, and then it'll check it. Retrying with stricter prompt. Contains forbidden words. So I've actually been putting guardrails on it. I've been improving the LLM. So if you see, it's literally going back and forth with my own LLM to do processing. You can see, okay, checking streams. My AI tools have been upgraded. Let's build a firewall. And you can see YouTube, Kick, posting live announcement, request to my Olama server, generated message, has one issue, contains forbidden words, fire. I'm curious what the prompt was that it had. Generated message has two issues, too many emojis, max 1, contains forbidden words, fire. I need to figure that out a little bit better because obviously firewall is an approved word. So we can actually look at... That's BoonTube. Oh yeah, here we are. We can actually look at my generator over here. I started updating this last night, by the way. So you can actually see there's comments over here. By the way, I had a lot of fun because I gave it the persona of George Carlin. So there's like some things in there. Hard rules. Avoid cringe clickbait words. Smash that unmissable, insane, crazy, epic, etc. One emoji max. Style. Hashtags. So this is literally the prompt that I am feeding it. This entire thing right here. That entire prompt gets fed into my 4 billion parameter Gemma 3B that my NVIDIA 3050 is running to do all that. Now, I can also use my own server. By, there you go. That's Gemma 312B. Do you think Linux gaming is on the upswing for the foreseeable future? Yes. Do you know if I need to install NVIDIA drivers for it to work in game mode? Wait, what? Hold on, let me catch up. People say you can't use game mode with a GTX card on Bazite OS. Is that true? I'm using an NVIDIA 5070 Ti on this machine here. I've done lots of video games. My Steam library is like, what, 300 games or so? I want a Steam like experience i5 4690K GTX 970. So the GTX 970 is a little bit older of a GPU, so you will have to use the, yeah, but I mean specifically GTX cards. This, well, this is an RTX. You can use GTX, but they are a little bit older, so you may have to look up, because I haven't used them in a while, the old ones. You may have to look at, what you call it. Let me see. NVIDIA 970 GTX Linux 2026. It's a legacy device. You'll have to use an older NVIDIA driver. So the latest it supports is the 555 series. It's not in the latest branch. So you can still do it. But your results may vary because, of course, it's still a 970. But an NVIDIA driver, I mean, it depends on the kernel. Tried but couldn't get game mode to work on it. Yeah, well, I don't really use Bazite, so I don't know what to tell you. I use Pop OS. Yeah, you'll have to tinker with it. I don't know the answer off the top of my head, but I do know they're working on the open source drivers to get parity of performance with what the proprietary ones were, and I think that's like Nouveau and a couple others out there. So, yeah. Alright. That took me a little bit longer than I thought to build that firewall physically, but we got that done. Alright, let's see. Was there a worthwhile video or two to go watch while, because we got some time for the rest of the stream. Hold on. Oh, right! Oh, right! I remember what I wanted to do. What could you say please? The open source drivers for Linux are Nouveau. November, Oscar, Uniform. What's it? November Oscar Uniform Victor Echo Alpha Uniform. Okay, so, have y'all seen this video of the most stereotypical Reddit mod? Didn't Bill Gates sell the last of his shares? I don't know if he sold the last of his shares. But I know he hasn't been involved. Nouveau. Yep, that's how you spell it. Nouveau is one of them. NVIDIA's actually been working on contributing code to some of those old ones. To those. But yeah. Nouveau is baked into a lot of Linux distributions out the box. So if you don't have the proprietary NVIDIA drivers, you probably may already have that installed. Your results may vary. The celebrity Reddit mod? Yeah! Like, okay, if you haven't seen this, we're gonna watch this. Or at least parts of it. Because, let me put it this way. Does Linux have good support for flight control? I honestly don't know. I don't really do flight control stuff. I hear some people do it. I don't know that much about it. It's not in my cup of tea. Okay. So, the story behind this, because we'll at least watch this video tonight. I may get on stream tomorrow. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see how I feel. For an extra stream. Catch up on the review on stream stuff. But if I were to go to Sora, you know, the AI platform that makes videos, and say, hey, Sora, generate a video of the most stereotypical Reddit mod you can think of, I would have thought that they made this video. And it's a legit Reddit. It's a legit video. Like, look at this guy. Like, you can say what you will about me, but at least I go to the gym and, you know, stuff. But he looks like the stereotypical Reddit mod. I wonder if he's also a dog walker. But yeah. So the story behind this is that he was a Reddit moderator from Livestream Fails. If you're not familiar with that subreddit, basically it's a subreddit of, well, fails on live streams. And they got embroiled in a little bit of a controversy from what was a scam of the $1 Million Fan Club or something like that, that was like grifting from a lot of people. And he got banned from being a mod for that by the Reddit community. You know, the community guide or the rules, basically. Reddit can remove mods from subreddits if, you know, they're found to be, you know, in bad faith. Anyway, he made this video. This is the epitome of Reddit mods go on power trips and don't realize that they are nothing more than the janitors of Reddit. I know some people say, like, they're like high school janitors, but high school janitors, I think, contribute more to society than Reddit mods. So, we're going to watch this, and I'm going to tell you, this is the epitome of, dude, you need to go touch grass. And this is a cybersecurity, you know, professional who is a Linux user, games on Linux, telling you that you need to touch grass. That should be telling you something. What Linux do I use? I use Pop! OS Linux. And if you're wondering what browser I'm using Florp. I moved away from Firefox to Florp. It's the same Firefox engine, but, you know, a lot cleaner, no AI bullshit, except the stuff I add. I have 2 ad blocker ads. I have ad nauseum and uBlock Origin. Just realized that. Hey, Jessica, how's it going, girl? I saw you messaged me. I haven't read the message yet. Yeah, Zen browser is nice too. Zen is all right. I just didn't care for the layout and stuff like that. But to each their own. I'm definitely more partial to Florp. So, oh, Jessica, you just came in at the perfect time. So, I finished building my new firewall. That's what most of the stream was. Look at that. Look how many ports we have. Look at that. Hold on. Look how many ports we have. We got two 10 gigabit SFP plus, 6 gigabit ports, and two 2.5 gigabit ports right over here. 32 gigabytes of ECC, an Intel Xeon D 1518. Yeah. And then I had to put on the whole rack mount kit for it, too. So, it's nice and pretty. That's hot. Yeah. So that'll be in my rack as my new pfSense firewall to replace my old one. And then my current Supermicro 5019A FTN4, which is an Intel Atom Server Edition C3758 that I've upgraded to 64 gigabytes of ECC DDR4 memory, is going to become the logging server once I move everything over and then wipe the old pfSense server, add another a couple of drives to it, and go from there. So, what brand is that? It's Supermicro. So Supermicro is both of my rack mount devices right now. Running BSD, well, pfSense, yeah, it's BSD. Do you recommend OpenWRT? OpenWRT, I think, is okay, but honestly, with the accessibility that a lot of people have to inexpensive computers, I would say look at pfSense or at least OpenSense. pfSense, I think, has a little bit more features that I'm happy with than OpenSense, but some people say they like OpenSense. I know a couple of guys in the local DEF CON group really love OpenSense. You a fan of NixOS? I haven't really used NixOS that much, but to each their own. I have a few friends that really love it. I just use Pop! OS. I'm a basic dude. Okay, so this video over here is the Reddit mod that is going viral. I love common sense. This is the Reddit mod that's going viral. The epitome of Reddit mods going on a power trip. As I said, this Reddit mod got removed from livestream fails and then made a video to the CEO of Reddit. Like, if you look at the comment section, I already saw part of this, but I was like, we need to go on this on stream. What is your go-to syslog server? 514? In general, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing for syslog in general, but that'll be what I figure out on the new box. But I'm setting up probably OpenSearch and Logstash and playing with a few things like Graylog. But yeah, if you look at the comment section, it is not kind to this guy. Stereotypical Reddit mod going on a power trip. So let's watch this video. I swear to God, you could have not made a more stereotypical Reddit mod than this from the minute that I saw of this.
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit. I hope you have received this public video that I have created and sent to you via your email. If not, I hope anybody who cares about—
So the guy made this video and sent it to the CEO in his email. Now, I want you to think about this. This guy recorded a 21-minute video, roughly. Hit record. Ran this through editing software and everything. Like, look at this. He's got, like, a little purple hue and a background. Like, dude, come on. And you could not... He's like, hey, we're going to record this. And then hit, post. Is this the Redditor? Yes, this is the Redditor. This is the Redditor mod. So, he ran livestream. He was one of the top mods on Livestream Fails, which is a subreddit for live streamers and everything, on a power trip. They got caught up in some controversy of a scam that, like $1 Million Fan Club or anything, a few streamers were pushing, and it, was a grift. But anyway, he did this. And he's upset that he got removed by Reddit of being a Reddit mod over this subreddit.
Topic in this video can get this to him in any way that you can. This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness.
Deadly seriousness! You hear that, guys? Reddit is deadly seriousness. I mean, according to the Reddit mod, of course it would be deadly seriousness.
Is of Reddit moderation and the state of your platform. But first, some background. I'm Brian, or Stale2000, or Tarot Card. I was the top moderator of your #1 gaming subreddit, r/livestreamfail, before I was recently removed from that position by the Reddit Code of Conduct team. I became a Reddit moderator for one reason, and that is because
you were bullied so much in high school that you decided you wanted to go turn around and then have a power trip and then bully other people? Am I wrong?
I think that Reddit communities and correspondingly its moderators have massive power and influence, and for some reason, nobody seems to notice, care, or take this seriously. Least of all, its moderators or the company. In this video,
because you're glorified janitors of the internet. Like, do not get me wrong. I love my mods. I love my mods. I love them. I may tease them. I may, you know, joke around with them. But ultimately, they understand it's just a little, you know, position. You're helping me manage a server, you know. But if they step out of line, I will kick them out or do whatever. I've kicked people out of my Discord. I've banned people from my streams and stuff. But it's not that serious.
I will go over why I believe this, and I will also talk about a code of conduct moderation action that was taken against me due to good faith mistakes that I believe were caused by a clear lack of direct material support that the company gives its moderators. I will end the video by talking about what you, Spez, can do to fix this problem, as well as what I
Where's that power for your snap
can
button?
do in case Reddit does not solve this very serious mismanagement problem regarding the lack of support that is given to moderators. First, I will go over the code of conduct.
This guy actually recorded this video, edited this, put all these effects in, and then hit post. I want you to think about that. I have to go through my videos, and I have a thought process of, do I need that? Should I do that? Should I say that? I'm going to re-record that. He did all this, and then hit post. And what's even funnier is if you go through his history of his, like, YouTube, this is not the first one.
I was removed as the top moderator of r/livestreamfail. This sounds like stupid internet drama, I know, but I'm going to talk about how this is a very clear example about how Reddit's mistakes causes very serious problems to Reddit's community and the company as a whole. Here's what happened.
Yeah, the edit time for 20 minutes is insane. I know how long it takes to edit a 20-minute video, and that's with me doing a script on a teleprompter, okay? It takes me probably, depending on what I need to do to edit in and all of that stuff, I'd say anywhere from 2 to 6 hours for a video to edit.
An announcement related
Does he get
to a
paid?
live stream
No.
related game show called $1 Million Fan. It was basically a game show like Survivor or Big Brother where fans of a streamer compete in different challenges with an influencer or a streamer for various prizes. The kicker here is that there was a grand prize of $20 million, supposedly. This was supposedly going to be aired on Amazon Prime, and it was also confirmed to be including a couple of mid-sized and
This was a
large
scam, by the way.
Alexandra and Andrea
Several people looked into this.
Emily,
Apparently
Canoe,
the
and a
story.
few others. Additionally, the opportunity was supposedly brought to these streamers by a company called Mythic Talent, which is a well-respected streamer agency that represents hundreds of live streamers. I heard about the game show a few hours after it got announced by a couple major live streamers. It sounded like the perfect type of content for a live stream fail. I mean, reality TV, game show, live streaming, gaming.
I'm sorry, but it's so hard to take this guy seriously. Like, the dude has the stereotypical, like, Reddit mod look. Like, if I were to go to Dolly and say, generate a picture of a stereotypical Reddit mod. Like, the dude even has the comb over, thinning hair. Like, dude, I'm losing hair. Okay? I own it. Okay? When a cybersecurity guy that's a Linux gamer is telling you, like, you need to touch grass, that's when you should really rethink your life choices. Streamer agency gives DeFi media.
That's perfect for LSF, which is about fun, crazy content about kind of live streaming gamers. So when I heard about this, I was very excited. I immediately reached out to the organizers to see if we could set up some sort of a collaboration. This collaboration would just be to get cool content on the subreddit. No, financial incentives, no moderators being paid, basically none of anything like that.
I'm trying to look
fun,
up
cool
this
stuff for the community in the subreddit. For collaborations, the first obvious thing that came to mind was how do we get their content on the subreddit? Either some superfans or some editors could clip some cool hype moment from
that cut rough. Yeah, I know. Like, I cringe at like some of this stuff. But like, like going to live stream fail, there's been like a lot of stuff deleted about this stuff. Like Destiny hopes Amazon sues Charlie for calling $1 Million Fan a scam. Oh, look. Imagine you are a Reddit mod now turned into a meme on the Reddit that you used to mod, and you have no power to remove these videos or these memes. It looks like a sketch from Tim and Eric. I was trying to rack my head on the show, but oh my god, yes! I know you have to start somewhere in editing, but this is a lot. Yeah, it is. Like, do you look at my earliest videos? This still seems like better. Like, look at this dude. He has like a whole background. He put like a purple hue around him. He's got the whole comb over, and he's just doing rough cuts and everything. Like, at least I put like some cut screenshots and things like that. Oh, I really thought this was an AI prank at first. Where is he? Hold on, I expanded on accident. God. The solution for hair loss, new L'Oreal Paris density, but this guy is getting memed to hell. Destiny sweeping first, buddy. Checking. We're gonna have someone Photoshop a fedora on him. It will fit the vibe. Hold up. I wanna see this. Hold up. Can we... I'm gonna do a test here, because I have my own LLM, alright? I want to see, will Gemma 3B do this? 312B. Let's see if this can do it. Hold up. Alright. Let's see what happens. Can we put a fedora on this guy in this meme? Where's the image? I probably got to do some tweaks. It's my first time I've actually tried doing a video or image, but I'll have to play with that some more. I really will.
show.
I have definitely dated someone like this in high school. Not my proudest moment. I am so going to judge you for that and never forget that statement. Hey, here's my buddy Jessica. Did you know she once dated a Reddit mod type of person?
And then post it to the subreddit. But I also had a stretch goal, and that was, what if LSF could be part of the show in some way? I don't know, there could be like a
This is the first live streamer I see that used Linux.
Like contestants compete.
Oh, me?
In one of the kind of small challenges, they make the best clip, and then somebody kind of wins a prize.
You're from Lenovo with the question.
It was a stretch goal, though.
18-inch Lenovo Legion 9i Gen 10 with the specs of Intel Core Ultra. No, oh, it's a laptop. Damn! 5090 24 gigabyte laptop GPU. Price of $5,400 USD. Is this overpowered beast worth the price for the future proofing? No. Don't get me wrong, the 5090 and the Ultra 9 are great. 192 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM and 2x2 terabyte NVMe storage, you're not going to need that, buddy. I know you. 2 terabyte is enough, and you would probably be more than happy with 32 gigabytes of RAM. But yeah.
So I reached out to the organizers, and to my surprise, they immediately understood what LSF was, what power it had, and they even agreed to the stretch goal of like the cool competition to have in the actual show. From my perspective, this felt like one of the coolest things that a subreddit has ever done. I mean, being in a freaking reality TV show in a topic that's directly related to the subreddit, how awesome. And then, you know, maybe I could leverage this to get even more opportunities either for our subreddit or for other subreddits across the entire platform. That's how I felt, at least, and that's...
We did it, Reddit. Listen, fanboy photos take up a lot of space. I can only see the RAM being used for running a bunch of tabs in Google Chrome. Look, one Google Chrome tab will take up 30 gigabytes of RAM, all right?
Really not how it worked out. After they agreed to kind of a...
It's hard to take this guy seriously!
They immediately...
Wait, what did he say?
After they agreed to kind of a couple of these kind of requests that I had in my stretch goal, they...
Stretch goal, okay. I was like, what the hell did you just say? Are you multi-streaming? Yes, I am.
Immediately started moving very quickly. They, you know, we wrote up an announcement and they wanted this out within like 24 hours. So we quickly worked to make an announcement together. And
main platform, Twitch.
When I posted it, everybody in the comment
on
section
YouTube
immediately yelled, scam, 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 scam. This initially didn't actually...
It's because it is a scam. Stretch goal is he meeting his other KPIs? Well, you see, we have to, you know, meet our key performance. Like, this is why people don't take Reddit users seriously. Oh, absolutely. Like, I have a Reddit account. Once in a while I go on Reddit, but I don't take myself seriously. You know, like, I go on Reddit mostly for, you know, tech advice and stuff like that. But yeah.
Me, because no matter what we do, people call it a scam. I mean, I've done AMAs with the Twitch CEO. People called that a scam. And I was also thinking like multiple major live streamers were involved. Mythic Talent was involved. Surely they had done their due diligence, right?
No, it's not like a streamer has ever scammed people before, or what's never even happened is streamers have never fallen for a scam and been unknowing accomplices to it. Yeah, if it's too good to be true, it's a scam. Absolutely. Scam coins. Yeah. And here's the interesting thing is that $1 Million Fan Club, I think it's what it was called, you can't really find any trace of it. Like, they did a good job of trying to scrub it, but Pepperidge Farm members, I would never scam because I don't even know how to do that stuff.
The thing that people were the most skeptical about was the $20 million grand prize. This initially confused me as well, but once I heard...
Buddy. Touching someone that actually... Finding someone that would, have a romantic interest in you is also probably, you know, a little bit confusing to you, too. It'd be confusing to the rest of us because we don't know if they exist or not. I'm trying to be gender neutral on that approach because, you know... I unfollowed one streamer using "I'm probably going to die, thanks for noticing" as a push notification. Okay, so, Jessica, you would appreciate this. So, I actually used the persona of George Carlin last night to help me write some of my code. And, like, straight up, if we go into my VS Code here, you will find some funny shit here. Like, hold on. Oh, yeah. Should probably go... No, I wrote it on here, didn't I? No, I didn't. Hold on. Okay. So, okay, these are the updates there. There's comments all throughout my code now that is hilarious as shit. I need to find it. Hold on. There was like API keys, all that. Hold on. Is this the version? Why do I not have... Okay, this does not have it. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Check out main. That's why. Alright. So if I can find it... Hold on. There was some funny shit I had in here. Here, I'm gonna go back to the video while I find that.
You know, Amazon Prime was allegedly involved. My initial concerns were assuaded. I mean, think about it. Amazon Prime has spent lots of money on tons of shows. And,
I had to pull it.
You know, I didn't necessarily think that the show was worth $20 million, but, you know, that doesn't mean that Amazon Prime wouldn't fund it. And
this guy needs to touch grass. Okay. So I had to do a git pull from main. I forgot that I had to match that up. Okay, so like I did like this. Streaming platforms, Twitch, all that. All right. 7 fucking steps to get permission to check if someone is live. Remember when you could just look at a website? Pepperidge Farm remembers. 8 steps through Google's bureaucratic nightmare of a console to check if someone is streaming on a website that already knows if they're streaming. But no, you need to create a project with credentials and restrict the key, because God forbid someone steals your key and checks if your streams are live. The horror. Like, this is the shit that I added to it. There were like some really good gems in here. If I can find some that actually had me rolling laughing last night when I was coding. Oh yeah. Set the true to let a computer pretend to be excited about your streams. Set to false to manually copy paste the same message you've used for 3 years. At least that's honest dishonesty. The generator, I think, had some of the best, all right? Hold on. Extract all hashtags from a message, because we need to teach a computer to recognize words that start with hashtag. In the history of human civilization, this is where we ended up. Check if message contains clickbait forbidden words that are explicitly told the AI not to use. This catches the LLM, yeah. We built a machine that can process language at superhuman levels, and we use it to generate social media posts. Then we have it check if the machine used the words insane or epic, because apparently we can't trust it to follow basic fucking instructions. It's like hiring a PhD to write greeting cards, then having to make sure they didn't write anything too smart. Welcome to the goddamn future. You know, yes, we have to fact check the robot that we programmed, that we gave explicit instructions to, and it still fucks up 10% of the time. It's like having a calculator that's right 90% of the time. Great job, humanity. We've achieved artificial intelligence that needs an effing babysitter. George Carlin was loose as shit. We can't trust people, so we built machines. Now we can't trust the machines either. What's next? We build machines to watch the machines? It's mistrust all the way down. Check if message is too similar to recent mentions. Because nobody wants to read the same effing announcement 5 times. Although, to be fair, humans already do this manually. Going live! Twitch! Going live! YouTube! Going live! Kick! Real creative there, Chief. At least the AI has the decency to pretend it's trying to be different. Count emoji characters in a message, because apparently some people think more emojis equals more engagement. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. You just look like you're 12. But hey, who am I to judge? I'm just here teaching robots not to spam emojis. Living the dream. Check if message contains profanity. Ironic, considering this entire code base is written by the ghost of George Carlin. But apparently we draw the line at the AI dumping F-bombs about Minecraft streams. You can't say F on television. George Carlin probably rolling in his grave now that we're censoring robots too. Score message quality on a scale of 1 to 10. We're literally grading the AI's homework like it's in school. Sorry, robot, you get a C-. Try harder next time. This is what we've become. Quality control for artificial enthusiasm. George Carlin would have a 30-minute bit about this shit. It's a new approach in a trench coat. Exactly. Oh, yeah, like if you go through this code, it gets better and better, you know? Platform-specific validation rules. Because each social media platform is a special effing snowflake with its own rules and quirks that we have to account for. Discord wants mentions and embeds formatted just so. Blue Sky has its fancy facets and AT protocol nonsense. Mastodon, well, Mastodon's pretty chill, actually. But we still need to validate all this shit because apparently just post some text was too simple. Had to complicate it. I really was enjoying this a little bit too much. But yeah, continuing on. Oh, laughing at this asshole.
If LSF was involved, maybe it would actually succeed. You know, maybe
no.
My involvement alone could make the $20 million kind of investment worth it. Who knows? At least that's what I thought. Now here comes the next part.
My God, you're a little full of yourself. Mr. I have 900 subscribers on YouTube.
Story when things get a little crazy. The next day, a major live streamer who was involved in the show, Extra Emily, said on her stream that she kind of saw all of these comments about people calling it a scam, and they even saw that, you know, LSF was involved, and this was apparently unacceptable to her, so much so that she was considering kind of dropping out of the show or kind of looking into seeing if kind of the whole thing was a scam or not. After seeing this,
so hold up. Let's back up for a second, because I forgot about that bit. Extra Emily was, you know, involved in this. She joined a scam without checking to see if it was a scam. So she joined something without doing her due diligence. Look, if any vendor, any sponsor, anyone comes to me, I do my due diligence. I do OSINT on them. You know, it'd be like, are they legit? What's their reviews? What's their platform like? Yeah.
I brought the concerns to the organizers, and the organizers told me that they were currently in talks with the agents to resolve this. And they told me in no uncertain terms that the show was not canceled and was still going on. So me being somebody who didn't really have a lot of, you know, information into the situation, and me, you know, trusting these high-powered agents who represent these multi-million-dollar kind of celebrities, I trusted that they would kind of get to the bottom of this and kind of resolve these concerns quickly. During this time period, I saw and deleted a lot of unsubstantiated claims about the show and the mod team. There were
So, like, yeah, this is like, was kind of like, you know, the whole thing over there. The fact that, you know, you got a bunch of, people falling for this. I just checked in the website and socials got deleted. I guess that's that, LOL. That was 9 days ago. So I'm actually, like, trying to load the site right now. It's not loading. It's not loading. Like, all their socials and everything are gone. What was this? The company behind the website was registered through one of the cheapest company registration agents in British Columbia who provide an address next to a falafel shop! Move what tab? Oh, this? Oh, that is the perfect time to take a screenshot. Okay. Hold up. So the website first launched in 2023, but with a focus on celebrities instead of streams. After 3 years, the website relaunched with streamers, but the code still references celebrities. The prizes mysteriously changed from $10 million per their Twitch profile to $20 million. The rules do not define the prizes. In fact, they state approximate retail value of each prize is $0. The legal documents on the website inconsistently name different companies, one that doesn't even exist. The rules are effective October 9th, 2026. The rules have been a copy and paste from another website. The website contains zero information about who is running the project. No dates, no location. The emails that send the website sends are sent from at milliondollarfan.com, a domain that they do not even own, which is the same address that appears on their contact page. Venture backers, corporate partners are all vague hand-wavy statements designed to con fools. The site is selling emote packs to buy entries. The show is called $1 Million Fan. The prize should be $1 million if this made any sense whatsoever. The website uses lasso tool photos for the streamers instead of an actual photo shoot. Oh my God. Like, bro, if this is really the case of what was behind this, you are a freaking moron if you fell for this shit. Like, you have to, like, look at any of these streamers that, like, actually backed this and actually thought it was serious, like Extra Emily and all that, and be like, you were dropped on your head as a kid, weren't you? You must have liked to eat lead paint chips when you were a child. Like, this is, like, you could have looked at this if that was the case and been like, yeah. Posted in server. What did you post in the server? Oh, that is a great image. Oh, we are gonna need to keep that for the memes, Just Dev. Mods, save that picture for your drives. We are gonna have a lot of fun with that shit. Okay?
Accusations that I knew to be untrue, such that, the mod team had accepted bribes or, had some sort of financial involvement with the show. And I knew that they were not true because I was the one who had this idea the entire time, from start to finish. This happened a couple days, and where I can...
Does not have financial motives. I'm the guy that started this thing. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong here. Is that not a contradiction right there? Because that sounds like a contradiction to me.
Tell you, for those who, may not believe that, for most moderators, I'm a highly paid software engineer working in San Francisco. I do not need to take a couple $1,000 bribes from, random internet scams. Okay.
Yeah, somehow I can believe that. You live in San Francisco and you're a software engineer because you definitely look like the type that doesn't really touch grass. But if you're a highly paid software engineer and you are a Reddit mod on top of it, and that's the thing you have to show for it, like, look, I'm a cybersecurity professional, admittedly. Hoping the next job pays me better, because I'm definitely underpaid. Jessica and I have talked about that in person. We definitely are underpaid for the shit we do. But I'm making content here. Of course, we're having a little bit of fun with this, but often we talk about cybersecurity. Like, we were building a firewall beforehand. You are an internet janitor. Do you even have a GitHub portfolio that you've contributed anything to the world with?
I was doing this because I legitimately, care about this.
I'm a Discord mod and Twitch mod. I don't touch grass, and I agree he needs help. That's from my mods. If you're a highly paid engineer in San Fran, you likely don't have free time to mod this much, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that statement, too. Because most software engineers are being overworked down in San Francisco because that's, a very busy area, and you're probably near, like, startups or high-demand companies that you don't allowed to have any life. Only thing he contributes to is his terrible hairline. I can't believe the little amount of hair there, and he does a comb over. Like, y'all know I don't have as much hair in my front anymore. I own it, but I got more hair than him.
And that's why I spend my time on it. I thought it'd be kind of cool events for this up. I'm talking about
Silicon Valley. I don't think San Francisco is Silicon Valley, if you remind me.
Some big
if I'm not wrong.
In the Reddit TOS or something, or maybe it's like an unspoken rule where if you're involved in some sort of promotion and it ends up not working out or it ends up being a scam or something, you know, if you have deleted comments that have accused it of being a scam, well that, you know, shows a cover up or some way. It shows malice or bad faith or something. So
Bruh, you didn't do your due diligence. You got upset at people calling it a scam. That is covering up a scam. Whether you're doing it out of ignorance or you're doing it intentionally, that is still covering up a scam. And you not doing your due diligence and then getting into this hole, you should have left the comments up, if anything, and then he could have responded to them. And then you could have, you know, eaten your humble pie if you found out, you know, later on, oh, this was, you know, this actually ended up being a scam. I'm sorry, you know, do that. Look, we're all human. We make mistakes. But, dude, come on. Trying to cover your ass on Reddit. Not that Silicon Valley. I got a song I like from the TV show Silicon Valley on. Oh, yeah. I like that TV show.
Why I'm kind of talking about this is because this was specifically a reason that was brought up regarding why I was kicked out as a mod on a Livestream fail. And finally, I want to end this part of the story by talking about how Moist Critical made a video critical of the situation. And then about 30 minutes after this kind of video got released, I got reached out by the organizers of the events and told that 5 live streamers in the event had dropped out and that therefore the event was canceled and I should take down the post. In this video that Moist Critical had that was critical of the event,
which, by the way, that's how I learned about all this, was from a video that Moist Critical had. I do like watching Moist Critical videos. I think he has, you know, funny takes on different things and the way he presents it, and I think he's a pretty all-around, even-keeled dude. Like, if I ever met him, I'd totally have a beer with him. He seems like a good, chill dude, but, like, this dude, no. Moist Critical, so Moist Critical. I think it's like Moist Critical with like a K and then a number 1 in the I or something like that. He's Penguins0 on YouTube, because apparently he said the story is he had that YouTube account when he was a kid and he just stuck with it.
Brought up points about how an image on the marketing page was AI generated, or that the domain name was registered in Iceland, or that basically just the whole thing, it smelled bad. That's what he did. He did this.
Did he do that whole, like, he did the whole, like, waft motion? Like, let's see this.
Thing, it smelled bad. That's what he did. He did this motion and he said it smelled bad.
Okay, so I'll give him that. Charlie probably did it, you know, but Charlie probably did it in a funny way, whereas this guy just looked cringe doing it. I am curious, though. What was it? $1 Million Fan Club. Hold up. Oh, that was, okay, so the $1 Million Fan Show isn't showing, but their domain's probably still registered. Oh, I forgot I haven't installed it on here. Oh, TLD is not supported, so I have to use another service for that.
But beyond that, it doesn't seem like he did much research. I don't think that he reached out to any of the organizers. He certainly didn't reach out to me. And I mean, I don't know if he reached out.
Why would he reach out to you?
Out to Mythic Talent or any of the streamers. Now I want to stop people here because this is very.
At least I know he's safe in a chemistry lab. Imagine that you work with this guy, then found out he's a Reddit mod via this. Or more likely, you already know because he brings it up in stand-up every day. Yeah. Imagine you're in a Scrum meeting, and he's like, well, on Reddit they say we should do this.
Important, and I think this is something that not a lot of people might have noticed. And that important point is that nothing in this situation has yet to be definitively proven as a scam.
Yeah, a lot of it was proven, and just looking at this domain, that's weird. That's suspicious. Yeah, like, it actually was bought in Iceland. So who's the TLD? Namecheap. You literally bought it from Namecheap. No DNSSEC information.
I repeat, there is no definitive, at least public information yet, that anything fraudulent, malicious, or illegal has happened in the situation. The only confirmed things that we have right now is that I guess there was a website, looked a little weird, there was some bad publicity, everybody called it a scam, and then a bunch of streamers dropped out, and then the event got canceled, and everybody got refunded. None of this is illegal, none of this is proved to be a scam, at least yet. Maybe I'll eat these words. And
you ate these words. You definitely ate those words. Yeah.
In retrospect, there are certainly some things which we could call yellow flags or even red flags. But that being said, I don't want people to go into this thinking that there was some
Namecheap like the Temu version of a registrar. I mean, it is a legitimate registrar. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It is a legitimate registrar. However, it historically was a place that, you know, you could run easily sites through extremely anonymously. And if I remember at one point in time, they actually allowed you to buy in cryptocurrency. So you could even hide it even further. So I'm just curious. I'm just curious, okay? I'm not gonna buy it, but I'm just curious. Like, what payment options come up here? I have $3, let's go. Okay, so I just picked a random domain. I'm not gonna actually do it. Okay, so you'd have to make an account. Okay, yeah, they do take Bitcoin. So you literally can buy an account without even giving a credit card to be tracked back. Now, of course, you can use Bitcoin because it's pseudo-anonymous, and then see if it's tied into, like, you know, the history with it, but there is a way that if you generated a new address and then tumbled some money and all that, you know, so you literally could... That's the reason why this is behind a lot of scams, Namecheap. I mean, but don't get me wrong, this is a legitimate registrar, Namecheap. It is a legitimate registrar, okay? But it's behind a lot of scams because you can potentially not have to give any of your real information out and hide things.
Malfeasance or something.
Malfeasance?
There really is a possibility that a lot of this could have just been a
malfeasance.
bad organization and things just fell through. Just because something's a bad idea, because something is misorganized, that doesn't mean that anything illegal happened. You know,
thank you,
I
Franz.
still haven't gotten confirmation about kind of the Amazon Prime kind of a thing. I think that is the biggest unknown right now is I don't know about this supposed Amazon Prime deal, if it exists or not, because maybe they were in negotiation with them. Maybe a contract was in the works but hasn't been signed yet. I'm not really sure yet. We'll have to see. And then kind of I'll end the story by talking about why I got removed as the top moderator.
Because they found a cheaper janitor. Because your comb over sucks. Because your editing skills suck. Is this the Reddit mod live stream fails? Yes! It is! Doesn't mean something illegal happened. That's bold. Yeah, this is a guy that is like trying so hard. Like, I think it would have been easier. But of course, this is a Reddit mod. Reddit mod's never going to do this. Eat some humble pie. Admit you made a mistake. You could come back, you know, at least in terms of the eyes of people of, look, I messed up here. Like, look, if you're a Reddit mod and you had gone over and said, look, I messed up. I should have looked into this a little bit more. I understand a lot of people have concerns. I will own up to this, and I hope that I can learn from it and grow from this mistake so that I can never repeat it again. We would have looked at him with sympathy and been like, okay, yeah, he made a mistake. Things happen. But he's double, triple, quadrupled down on his shit. And it's like, it's not my fault. It's Reddit's fault. But apparently, from what one of my friends told me, I'm still not even at the best part. Yeah, own your F up. The more you own up and learn, the more people will want to work with you. Absolutely. Look, I've made mistakes. I've learned from my mistakes. And let me tell you, like, look, there is nothing wrong with making a mistake because mistakes can be learning moments. The issue is if you make that mistake consistently and you learn nothing from it, then you have a problem. Look, we've all done stupid shit when we were kids, when we were in high school. Like, I tell everyone, if you looked at me just a few years ago, I'd want to beat my own ass. There was a lot of things that I believed, thought, did, that I do not agree with today. But I own my F up. And I will never repeat that stuff. I constantly make a mistake when editing. Yes, you do. Because you get distracted by watching fanboys. We know, Dev.
Really not a secret or very surprising. I got removed directly.
High school, I was playing with aerosols and matches in middle school. Yeah. Fun times. I used to do that too.
For the post that I pinned to the top of the subreddit related to the game show or supposed and alleged scam, as well as kind of for deleting comments that were kind of critical of it. I also want to make a comment about kind of the Reddit Code of Conduct team as a whole. Reddit has all this flowery language about how kind of the Code of Conduct team is not here to punish you. It's kind of here to get you to act in good faith. It's here to kind of give you second chances and warnings and all of this stuff. And apparently all of that are lies because I was not given any second chances.
Because you got called out and kept doubling down on what looked to be a scam. This isn't Reddit's fault. If anything, the Reddit Code of Conduct team did something they should have done for a lot of subreddits and hold those mods accountable because of behavior like yours. Like, you are the Reddit mod we hate. And I don't mean that in a vitriolic sense. Is it vitriolic? Hold on. Make sure I'm using the right word here. I think it is vitriolic. Yeah, vitriolic. Cool. I was like, wanted to make sure I'm pretty sure that was the right word. Yeah, this is not, we're hating you with absolute, like, these are the mods we hate with vitriol. Wait, isn't their Code of Conduct team in their TOS? Yes, it is. The guy's video is classic, literally a meme. Oh, yeah, it is absolutely a meme. We already got like a good screenshot of the guy for the Discord that we are probably going to have so much fun with. There you go, Jessica. There's your therapy right there. You know, you can bill me when we meet up and hang out again.
Was not given very much kind of descriptive examples of kind of what I did wrong, or kind of given any ability to kind of defend myself. I was just
defend yourself. You were being told it was a scam, and you were actively covering it. Wait, who mods that Discord? Do they take it way too serious? What Discord? Oh, my Discord? We don't take it that seriously. We've banned people for being toxic, but my mods are pretty chill. Yeah, you got a couple of the mods here. There's Vampire and Just Dev that are mods that are in the Twitch chat now that are also mods over here. I think Vampire, Just Dev, you can correct me. I think we can count maybe on 1 or 2 hands in all the years that I've actually run my Discord the amount of people we've banned. And they were, like, really asking for it. Like, it takes me a lot to go ban someone.
very vague description of, yeah, there's accusations about some fraudulent scam that takes people's money.
I didn't do anything. I'm just the editor.
Their name, right? Because you have to sign up with your name to join a contest. And so I have infringed on the code of conduct by promoting a game show where you have to put in your name or something, even though it hasn't really been proved to be fraudulent yet. And so,
bruh.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
It's usually someone being a creep that makes me ban. Yeah, creeps, or there was one dude that was just like, he was constantly starting arguments with other people, was barely in the server, and then like demanded that I ban another member who's actually been in the server for a while, because that member of the server was genuinely and rightfully getting upset at them for not dropping a topic. And then he's like, well, Chief, if you don't ban them, then I'm going to leave the server. And I was kind of like, bye, Felicia. Even though it wasn't proven. Verify my dude. Yeah. This guy is the epitome of why cybersecurity people have such issues with devs. Because this guy is probably the same developer that clicks on phishing links. He's probably the same developer that hard codes his credentials and then commits it to a public repo. He's probably the same kind of developer that actually transmits PII in an unencrypted connection. He's probably the same kind of developer that, will, put your website on HTTP and not even do a TLS because that's too much work. He's probably the same kind of guy that doesn't sterilize his inputs. Like he doesn't sterilize that haircut. We managed to install Greylog. I'm confused how to access dashboard. So Greylog doesn't really has a dashboard. I think it's like port 8000 or 8080, maybe 3000. So you got to go to that :3000 or 8000. You got to look up in the documentation for that. Probably vibe codes everything. Probably as a high-paid, software engineer in San Francisco, which really just means that he's living out of his mom's basement and not having to pay for his own meals.
It's a little disappointing. Now, here's the most important part of the video, Spez. This is a direct message to you and only you.
Oh boy, here we go.
To talk about how this whole situation is a direct result of the lack of support that Reddit, the company, gives to its moderators. Yeah.
You are volunteer internet janitors.
Did the partnership. Yeah, I didn't look into this as much as I should, and I trusted kind of agencies and live streamers when I should not have. And I did delete comments, which I thought would have been borderline defamatory if the situation wasn't, I guess, a scam, even though it technically hasn't been proven to be a scam.
He's a
yet.
chat babysitter. That's a good way to put it. My cousin Dev near San Fran. He is 10 plus years older than me and had 5 plus roommates. Oh my God! No! No, I'm too old for that. I'm too old for more than 1 or 2 roommates. Look, I'm poly, all right? If I have multiple roommates, I better be fucking all of them.
All of that, there is still massive kind of like problems at Reddit, the company, due to the lack of support that caused this. But right before I go into the specific reasons of how this happened, I want to talk about why this matters in the first place. And this matters because Reddit moderators have power. They have...
Reddit moderators have power. Oh, you think you have power. You think you have power. You have a tiny modicum of power, and you power trip over it because, as I said earlier, you were probably bullied so much in school that you decided when you got a little bit of power, you were going to bully the other people the way that you got bullied because you have some issues that you just need to go through therapy for, bro.
Influence. If you were one of the people who is joking about like internet janitor duties or whatever,
He is plenary. I'm sorry, I gotta look up that. What's plenary? Plenary power? Of a meeting to be attended by all participants at a conference or assembly who otherwise meet in smaller groups. Unqualified, absolute. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Twitch must bow down to him. Yes, we must bow down to him. He is a Reddit mod, for he is God. I think he's more pissed off that, he basically got impeached. He got a little bit of power, and it's now been taken away. You have no power here. I'm
going to tell you it's funny jokes, but you are wrong. Reddit
No, you are wrong.
moderation does matter. Reddit
moderation does matter, but not nearly to the level you think. You're taking yourself way too seriously here, okay? You're an internet janitor.
Have control.
All hail the mighty Reddit mod.
Per day, and nobody seems to notice or care. Let's just talk about LSF. Think of all the streamer careers that have been created because of LSF.
Oh, we're getting back into the, overinflated sense of value, ego here. Oh. You want to know the honest truth? I've only really heard of live stream fails by watching like More Pegasus and Moist Critical, when they bring it up. I've never heard of it until I was streaming for 1.5 2 years. Now, I by no means am doing this full time or anything like that, because I have an actual job, because unlike this dude, I actually think my job's a little bit more important. This is a fun little hobby for me, okay? You're only famous because of me, basically what he's saying. Exactly. Yeah, like, I don't think I've had any of my clips or anything go on live stream fails. I got, famous, or, at least some, I wouldn't say I'm famous, but I would say, I got at least a little bit of a following by being me, doing content, and all of that. This is, like, you are so full of yourself. Who is this guy? This is the famous Reddit mod that made a video, and everyone's roasting him right now. He was on live stream fails. Like, yeah, this guy, oh yeah, he like recorded this video because he got banned from being a mod for live stream fails. He was a mod of live stream fails. He was apparently like the top mod for live stream fails. And then the Reddit Code of Conduct team removed him because there was a scam, and he was more or less like covering it up, and like he's doubling, tripling, quadrupling down that it wasn't really a scam, it's been yet to be proven and all that. I sense that he might have AI psychosis fueling his narcissism. When you say AI psychosis, what do you mean exactly? Like, I haven't heard exactly that terminology, or do you mean like the equivalent of like how an AI hallucinates and like gives you like weird answers and stuff like that? People like this are the reason I am glad my dad beat my ass growing up. Oh, really? Okay, yes. Okay. Okay, I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page there. I clicked follow once. Fart buckle.
The even larger number of streamer careers that have been destroyed because of LSF, because some clip went viral about like something bad that they did. I have had
Hassan Piker shocking his dog. iDubbbz doing a lot of the shit that he's been doing since he has walked away from, you know, being the famous person of Content Cop and all that. Yeah, I can kind of see how that one may have held up a little bit. But then, be fair, a lot of those clips go viral on places outside of Reddit, like TikTok. Or, I've seen stuff go on Blue Sky and Mastodon and Twitter and, you know, all these other places. Chatbot and do psycho. Okay, yeah. No, I had no dad and still didn't turn out this way. No excuse. I think LSF has destroyed more streamers than created. That I would totally agree with. That I would totally agree with. A few people have maybe, you know, had mistakes and then they're kind of fun ones you can play off of. Like, I'm pretty sure at some day, you know, I'm gonna do something funny, maybe stupid or whatever. It'll be up on there and it'll happen. Who knows?
Major live streamers who are effectively celebrities come to me and beg to kind of remove, you know, negative posts about them. And even
here's that power trip you ordered. I've had famous celebrities come to me and beg me to remove some. Bro, it's not that serious. It's Reddit. You are an internet janitor.
Crazier story is the time when some Twitch employees found me in person and borderline begged me to make sure LSF is not used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company Twitch.
I'm pretty sure Twitch isn't going to get destroyed by live stream fails. I'm pretty sure if Twitch gets destroyed, it'll be because of their own doing. As I say on Twitch. But that's why I multi-stream to Kick and YouTube and TikTok at the same time. Hedging my bets.
Because at the time, LSF was indeed being used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company Twitch. Deservedly so, by the way. Or even just take this literal circumstance.
I've had junior engineers beg me to approve their PRs. This is that same energy, Stabby. This is that exact same energy.
The whole kind of operation was legit. Well, guess what? One single post on LSF caused all of the streamers to drop out and destroyed a $20 million opportunity. Sorry, Mythic. My bad. Or imagine it was, I guess, a scam through and through. Well, guess what? We were the ones to expose it and destroy it before it had the chance to cause any real harm.
You didn't expose it! You got exposed being on a power trip, buddy! Like, you can't accept, like, dude, like, the red flags are all there. Like, the website is gone. The $1 million show, fan club or whatever the hell it was called, it's gone. Their socials are gone. When they got revealed, and, like, you're like, oh, it hasn't been revealed to be a fraud. And like, dude, this is exactly the behavior why you got removed as a mod by the Code of Conduct team. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of Reddit, but this is a time I will applaud Reddit's not moderation, executive team or the corporate team.
Everybody got refunded after all. Guess things ended up okay. Right or wrong, you can think I'm a good moderator.
They ended up okay with no help from you, deleting comments with people actually saying, hey, this is a scam.
ad moderator. You can think that LSF helps streamers or is the bane of their existence in the entire industry. But please don't for a single second pretend like it doesn't matter. And that's just one subreddit.
And don't for a single second pretend that you actually matter as a Reddit mod. Still taking credit of people posts if he did something. Yeah, it's not him that's actually making this content. He's acting like he's freaking Drudge Report, where he's, what's his face, you know, posting all that stuff when Monica Lewinsky's, you know, entire scandal broke with Bill Clinton on Drudge back in the days of like the internet like really starting to take off. He's acting like he did that. Dude, you are an internet janitor. I don't even think that you were the guy that started Livestream Fails. You just happened to somehow become a moderator of it.
Now back to me. I was one of your most
Now back to me? Like you're a newscaster?
passionate users. I was in the Reddit partnership program from the
Hold up, let's back up for here for a second. I just want to make sure I heard this right.
one of your most passionate users.
I can believe that.
I was in the Reddit partnership program from the start. I took advantage of every
that.
opportunity that I could. I had meetings with kind of the Reddit community managers. I begged them for help and kind of partnership opportunities at every chance that I could. And I was blown off every single time.
Gee, I wonder why. Live from my mom's basement. Or he could be a part of the Old Spice commercials. Look at your man. Now back to me. I forgot about those ads. I forgot about those ads. Look at your man. Look at me. Look at your man. Look at me. But him being one of the most passionate users of Reddit, I can believe that. Dude, you didn't need to make a video to actually say that. Dude, you didn't even have to make a video at all. Just a selfie of you would have been like, dude, you are one of Reddit's top users.
I got nothing out of it. The community managers never helped me. As, you know, nice as the guy was, I think he had basically no power to help me. I was one of the only moderators out there who tried to grow my community, who had any ambition, who tried to work with the company or help other subreddits or help the kind of the company that a whole, and it didn't matter. I failed, and it failed because of how mismanaged and how little support Reddit, the company, gives to moderators. So let's circle back.
You are an internet janitor. It is not that serious. I may be too far on this. Someone should check his hard drive. Oh no! Oh! He said whittle. He said, did he say whittle? Mods don't need support. I mean, they need a little bit of support from the owners of the, you know, not the platform, but the area they're in. Like, you know, Discord servers. Obviously, if you're a mod there, you want to get, you know, support from the owners of the Discord server there, or the Matrix server, or, you know, the Reddit or that. But as far as when it goes to like Reddit themselves needing to support you, or Discord themselves needing to support you, no, they don't. The most they need to do is just make sure you're not doing anything that violates the laws, or, you know, actually in this case, Reddit was supporting Livestream Fails by removing you because you were not, you were overstepping your power and you were allowing a scam to proliferate, and you were actually stifling people raising legitimate questions about the legitimacy of this now we know scam. I gave my time and hair to a company for free, and the company didn't hire or pay me. I have his anthem playing, Sweet Home Alabama. Yep, he said whittle. Okay, we have two people saying he said whittle.
Let's go back to the moderation situation. This is a very key important point, so please pay attention. None of this would
Did he say please?
have happened if I had gotten support from Reddit. Do you think that I want to be the guy like going out, like messaging random people in Discords and LinkedIn's and trying to figure out kind of these partnerships?
I think you do. I think you do want to be that person. I think you do want to make sure that you are somehow important.
Don't. This is not my job. I am not qualified to do any of this. I am not a lawyer. I cannot read contracts to know what I should do or I should not do. I
Apparently don't know common sense either.
Subreddit, have a big vision, and I don't want to deal with this. At the end of the day, I'm a random nobody who got lucky. I took over one of your largest gaming subreddits on the platform because I won a stupid game of like Reddit mod politics. But apparently, I'm the only person out there who understands the potential that Reddit has. If Reddit had offered me partnerships, if Reddit had pipelines to connect with kind of major companies, if Reddit had lawyers that were helping me, like reading over these contracts, reading over these agreements, none of these very real mistakes that I made would have happened.
At least he admits it. He admits he made mistakes. This is progress. But seriously, dude, seriously. Okay, let me put it this way. Reddit does not owe you support in any way, shape, or form. Okay, I'm a content creator, right? I've had to read through so many terms and conditions of so many different platforms. I have DMCA takedowns, well, not DMCA takedowns, but copyright claims on a lot of content I've had to fight. I've had to use lawyers on my own dime to fight several things, to incorporate my, entity to do this thing, and all of that. They don't owe him shit. They are not responsible for you doing your thing. If you want to turn whatever social media into a business, that's your prerogative, your job to do. You go seek the partnerships out. You go read the contracts. You go make the deals. And I'm saying that as a person that does just that. I may turn down 99% of offers that are given to me because I just don't like the company, the product, or whatever, and I feel like it's not a vibe with, me or my brand or my community out here. But this is just lazy. And you think you're that important? Nobody knows who you were until you made this video.
Before you say it, I'm sure there's
your vision,
some
you drive.
employee
Exactly.
at Reddit, the company, that says like, oh yeah, we do.
That's a good point, Launis. If you want resources from the company, apply for a job at the company.
Do that. That's my job. It's over here. Well, clearly you're not even doing 1% of what you should be doing because nobody uses these resources. Nobody cares. You are not doing enough. Multiply it by 100 and then let's talk. Reddit needs to be professionalized, and it starts with
Reddit needs to be professionalized. If Reddit is professionalized, okay, you want to go to our Cybersecurity. You want to go to our MSP. Okay, you want to talk about professional on Reddit. Okay, let's get serious here. I'll give you a couple, professional ones. But you're going to find a common theme here. All right? Our MSP, okay? Go away, Google. I don't want to log into Reddit right now. Our MSP, resource for IT managed service providers. Okay, 110K weekly visitors. People talking about managed service providers and solutions and all that. That's a professional, thing there. Cybersecurity. Oh yeah, that probably helps if I. You want to talk about another way you can be professionalized? You can go to, our cybersecurity. You got people talking about cybersecurity and, different things going on, investigation, that's professional. Okay? Okay? You want to talk about, actually ones that are doing, really, on that side of things? You've got the CISSP. That's professionalizing Reddit. But that's people doing it on their own dime and time. But yeah.
Mods. This is going to be controversial, but the people who are running your multi-billion-dollar website are unqualified nobodies like me. That doesn't...
At least he admits it. Can I get a hallelujah? He's an unqualified nobody. He said it, not me.
It's my fault or their fault. It's your fault, Spez. Here's why. The controversial solution is just get rid of the bad mods with better mods or paid mods or do takeovers or more rules or something like that. But there are better solutions.
I think they did that. They got rid of a bad mod.
You can train them. You can give mods infrastructure or pipelines or resources or real kind of material support and treat them as if they have the actual power and influence that they actually have. And so communities can rise to the heights that they truly.
The actual power, treat them like they have the actual power and influence that they actually have. Was that basically what he just said out of his own mouth? Like, dude, this is the epitome of the, this meme. One second. This entire video can be summed up in this meme. All right? You have no power here. This meme. You've seen this meme everywhere. That is the summation that he needs to realize. He wants what Discord has, Discord Moderation Academy. Do they have that? Or are you making a joke there? I don't think they do.
Partner program is not it.
I don't know, because I don't really use Discord outside of maybe like 3 or 4 servers. They actually do? Huh. Why would they do that? It's not like mods make them generate more revenue. They don't. Mods don't generate more revenue. They help you keep your things in line, but you are a moderation of your own interests. Reddit has no real interest in other than being a platform for your thing, but then you are responsible to moderate things. But obviously, when you're allowing scams to proliferate and you're actively covering them up, that becomes an actual issue, a safety issue for your community.
Do not need one call with like one guy a month, as nice as he is, love you, Pablo, who has no power and no ability to affect anything. Reddit moderators don't need Christmas celebrations or special badges or community or events or team building exercises. No, even the Reddit event budget is barely useful. No, they need real material support. That means access to anything that like a talent manager would give an actual celebrity. So an access to a bounty board or
you think you're a celebrity now. You think you're a celebrity now. Like, I have 400,000 followers. I ain't a celebrity. I'm a dude that has a bit of a following. I'm just a dude, playing a dude with a bit of a following. Okay? I am not a celebrity. And you, my dude, are nowhere near my level individually.
ad deals or lawyers or event
When can we go from a following to a cult?
Or anything that
We already are. We are the cult of the penguin.
actually matters. To summarize, Reddit moderators should be treated like celebrities or influencers. Not because they...
I can't breathe. Ooh, 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 ooh. I haven't laughed this hard in a while. What's up, Pseudo? He lost the whole plot. Yeah, he did.
or anything that actually matters. To summarize, Reddit moderators should be treated like celebrities or influencers, not because they deserve respect or anything, but because they
Yeah, you definitely don't deserve respect.
actually have real power and influence. I mean, if not for the world, at least over your $50 billion company, maybe if you gave them actual support, it could go from 50 billion to 100 billion.
No, agreed.
I mean, it certainly deserves to be that high up for how much traffic Reddit gets.
Wait, what did he say? I lost the, too good not to watch the whole thing. Yeah, I know, it's funny. That's why I was like, we need to watch this, because I watched like 1 or 2 minutes of this before I paused it, and I'm like, I need to put this on stream later. We built a firewall, but we're at least watching this video. That was what I was saying. We built this firewall, okay? We physically put it together. We spent most of the stream doing that, and I'm like, well, we gotta at least watch one video. And I was like, oh, I know the one we need. And this was the one I was like, yeah, today, I found this video, I think today, going around, and then, yeah. Not muted. That might be you.
$50 billion company, maybe if you gave them actual support, it could go from 50 billion to 100 billion. I mean, it certainly deserves
You're not that
to be
important.
that high up for how much traffic Reddit gets. So why haven't you solved this problem already, Spez? Is it because you're out of touch and you aren't aware of the problem?
I think you're out of touch.
Is it because Reddit is a bloated mess and they can't ship products? No, I think the real issue is that Reddit is held hostage by the negativity and toxicity of its user base, and
its moderators, like, you know, the one making this video. Moderating doesn't generate revenue. Absolutely, it does not. It doesn't generate revenue, but it can protect revenue because you keep, you know, toxicity in line, but that's a whole other argument, and if your moderators are toxic, well, that's not going to help anyone, is it? As a moderator, I generate revenue. You help generate revenue because you help clip my videos, okay? That's not because of your moderation duties. That's because you are the clipper. And soon editing and all that stuff, too. Let me have a tiny ego. Okay, you can have a tiny ego, but you're not allowed to have a Reddit moderator ego, okay?
it doesn't really have the freedom to make bold and important and transformative decisions that could save the company. If you agree with anything that I said, Spez, well, you're in luck. I live in San Francisco, and I would be happy to talk to you in person or any Reddit product manager or employee at all, you know, or on a call or something.
I'm pretty sure if Spez ever sees you, he's going to point and laugh at you. Just like we did. Imagine if they gave more power to narcissistic mods. Haha, Reddit would go bankrupt instead. Yeah. Chief, give your mods resources and they can make you 100 billion. Sold. We'll start, you know, $100 billion a fan show. I promise he's not going to meet you. He's too busy. Too busy laughing at his ass.
Pitch to you, Spez. The rest is to the community. To the community, Spez and Reddit, they're almost certainly not going to fix any of this. All of this is up to us to solve. For anyone who this message has resonated with and wants to solve this problem, well, I have created a subreddit called r/suballiance.
Okay, I gotta see this. I gotta see this. I gotta see this. This has gotta be getting trolled right now. What is it? Suballiance? Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, oh. Oh. In that video. Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh, they are trolling the shit out of this dude. Look, 42K weekly visitors, 1.9K contributors. Like this dude. Oh, look, the Asmongold, you know, AI art of the roaches assemble. Reddit was invented in 2005. People in 2004. Was it comedy? What the hell? Influential celebrities with the power to take down multi-billion-dollar companies. Oh God. Oh. Oh, this is great. This is wonderful. Like, I could just scroll through, like, Well, you got Tim and the Tatman, or Tectone. The most embarrassing video. You just got, it goes on and on. I can't get any better than this. Oh, refresh, you posted on, oh, you posted on it? Was that you? I wonder how many updates you're gonna get. Oh my God, this is just the thing that, you know, keeps on going. And you know what's funny was I came across this. Please stop trolling the subreddit. Hey guys, I know the creator of this group, and people who want to be part of this discussion are buried due to the Asman Brigade. Yeah, I get it, he's kind of nerdy, but he is a really well-meaning dude. Some of it's funny for sure, but please make space for others who are genuinely interested in the group goal. Like, look at this. Like, the fact that it has zero. It has zero. Okay? Yet everything he said can be, you can easily recognize someone that doesn't, that someone like this shouldn't be in any sort of power position and they're only a poison to society. Like, the fact that this guy, yeah, this guy has got more updates. This guy's got negative karma from this. Like, holy. You know how bad that is that you gotta, like, you got people, yeah. That's the guy's burner account. I'm pretty sure it is. Next thing, he's going to have another Reddit account saying that I'm his girlfriend. I really do have a girlfriend. You know, that's basically what this guy's going to be, like, doing. Ah. There's a second video? Oh, God. We're going to have to, you know, save that for later.
Will be a non-profit, volunteer, community-based initiative to solve all of the problems that I have laid out. We will create tools and resources so good, so useful, that everybody will have to work with us. Think talent agency, but for subreddits. You have the big ideas, you have the vision, you have the crazy cool things that you want to do, and we handle the logistics. Materially, that means connections.
From the guy who didn't know how to spot a scam.
To major companies, partnerships, doing AMAs, running events, doing mod recruitment, cross-collab.
Okay. Wait, he's got another video, you said? Holy crap. He actually responded to Moist Critical. He actually responded to Ms. Kiff. Okay, so... Wow. Okay, so he's actually done other videos, but like, what? What? Ha. Do you work tomorrow? I do. I do. I have to, I'm sorry, but this video was just too good. I had to at least, you know, talk about it. Maybe I'll get on stream tomorrow or the night after, because we definitely need to get on the other video that he has there. I'm gonna put that in the, Discord for us to, Jessica. Sir, a second video has hit YouTube, and he clicks post again. We will definitely have to watch that video. That's the Moist Critical video. So, Moist Critical is originally the one I was following, and I watched his video. I like Moist Critical's content. I mean, he's pretty funny, and pretty chill dude, like I said. Like, probably one of the few people that I'd actually like to meet as a content creator and, you know, have a beer with him. He seems like a pretty fun guy. I've actually watched him for a few years, on and off, but that's how I learned about this. And I was like, I need to find the original video. And holy crap. Holy crap. I don't think I have laughed that hard since I first watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like, this is good. Anyway, with all that being said, we did at least build the firewall tonight. So, hopefully this weekend, we will, get this installed into my rack, and then I can start building the logging server, start the whole network overhaul, start working on the zero trust networking and everything like that. So we will be having more things coming that way in terms of tech and everything as it goes, but we had to have a little bit of fun making fun of a Reddit moderator. Yeah, it is a nice firewall. Yeah, you missed me building it, but it's 32 gigs of RAM, DDR4 ECC, half a terabyte NVMe that I had laying around spare, and an Intel Xeon D 1518, and 2.5 gigabit Ethernet ports over here, which I plan to have for WAN, two 10 gigabit SFP plus ports, which will be used down the road for my 10 gigabit upgrade, and 6 gigabit ports. So it's got plenty. It's really great. We'll get more into this later on, but I'm definitely gonna start getting the config off of my old firewall, get that transferred, test this out, make sure everything's good, have this run for a few days, then I will switch over. What type of box? This is a Super Micro. This is Super Micro. This is the E308D, so Echo 3008 Delta. It's a nice little box, rather inexpensive and great. The bare bones cost me about $850, I think it was, with shipping, all that included. The rack mount kit was another, like, I think 50 or 60 bucks. The network card in there, I think, was another like 30 or 40. And then, of course, you had the RAM, which right now was really expensive. That was like 250. Just know that if you do buy this, because it's a 1U, you do need to get low profile memory. Standard size memory will be very tight, to the point that it may actually push on the steel top plate that's there. Not the case, there's a steel thing underneath it. So you'll probably need to get some proper low profile DDR4 like I had to get. They're like half height kind of things. But yeah, so it'll be great. I'll definitely have some content talking about this in the near future. But yeah, I'm looking forward to overhauling the network lab, getting Zero Trust on setup. I'm Zero Trust in the entire network. I'll have Zero Trust network access. I'm thinking I'm going to go with Twin Gate with a couple of Pi 3B pluses. We'll have my logging server set up using the old firewall that I used to have. I mean, that I still have, that's running. That'll be running it. So I have to move my Unified controller to a new Raspberry Pi. We have a rack mount for all the Raspberry Pis that I'm going to be doing. So there's a lot of cool things that are going to be happening. And I'm hoping that later on this year, especially if I land a new job, I'm currently in second rounds of interviews for 2 different jobs right now. One I really want, which is fully work from home. The other one is hybrid, which still is pretty good. But, you know, that'll be nice. If that comes about, I will definitely be able to get more hardware once I pay off a few things. But, yeah. Chief's house is probably like Lester's house from GTA. I don't know about that, but right now, hoping Snappy Driver is going to find some driver for the Ethernet ports. Okay. What roles? Oh, cybersecurity engineer for both of them. So on the entry level of the job market, it definitely is a bit rough right now. But if you're mid or senior, there's plenty of jobs out there right now. Not nearly as many as there used to be several years ago, but there are still plenty of jobs that even I'm getting callbacks. Not only do I have the 2 jobs that I'm in 2 rounds of interviews, I have a third one that a recruiter I'm talking to, and we're trying to get that on the books too. So there's things happening. I actually even turned down another job that I just didn't feel was right. It was going to pay more, but I just didn't like the vibe of the culture. Like, there's opportunities out there. But thoughts on bug bounty? It's a very tough field to get into, or at least not into, but to make money off of, because you have to hit the bug bounty before others do and get the company to pay out and all of that. So can you do it? Yes. Do it more as a side hustle rather than a primary income. Culture and vibes are important. Oh, absolutely. Because, like, I should have listened to my gut when I first had this job that, oh, it was just going to be the way station, but then I got a little bit comfortable. They treated me nicely when I first came there. They were like, yeah, we'll send you to DEF CON and we'll pay for your CISSP certification if you want to do that. And then the past 2 years, I paid for my own conferences, had to take PTO for my conferences. And I've just been getting pissed off, and they've just been doing more and more shit. Now they're having us required to track our time for all the projects that we're doing. And we have to have at least 40 hours, basically, like, billed to the company, or we'll get an email and, you know, then get complained at. And I'm like, this is bullshit. Because, you know, I definitely do more than 40 hours, but I'm not spending another hour or two to classify all the work that I did all week. That's just, it's more time I have to spend to track my time on what I did. It makes no sense. I really think a lot of companies, before I leave, I'm leaving on this note, I really think a lot of companies need to stop having executives read Harvard Business Review and Inc. and then cookie cutter all those different management tactics into their business without understanding how their employees actually are, how their business actually runs, because you're going to kill your entire culture. But, yeah. Sometimes you gotta bust chops in the place to get to better place. Yep. Well, anyway, thank you all for joining me. I got work tomorrow. I've been on a little bit longer than I planned to, but that video was definitely hilarious. But yeah, make sure, if you haven't already, to follow me on all of my socials. I'm on Twitch, I'm on Kick, I'm on YouTube. YouTube is where I primarily put the videos nowadays. I'm on TikTok as well. I've got Blue Sky, Mastodon, and we got a Discord and a Matrix server. The links are in the bio for all of the socials, as well as places that you can support the channel. See you all later. The next official stream, I don't know what happened to my OBS there. The next official stream is scheduled for Sunday night. If I may do a couple of streams sooner than that on Thursday night or Friday night. But thank you all for joining me. Stick around for the raid if you're on Twitch. But I will see you all later. Stay safe. Love you all. And as always, happy hacking.